People talk about discipline like it's some neat little tool, a habit, a skill, something to be proud of. But let me tell you something. They're barely scratching the surface. What they call discipline, I call the beginning. You see, discipline isn't enough. Discipline gets you started, but obsession? That's what creates kings. Obsessive, single-minded, unyielding. When the world tells you to balance your life, to take it easy, to enjoy the ride, obsession laughs in their face. Because you and I know that balance is for the weak, for the ones who want to live a comfortable, safe life. But greatness, true dominance, that's for those who are willing to go beyond discipline, dive into obsession, and lose themselves completely. Step 1. Discipline is the foundation. Obsession is the throne. Discipline is the daily grind, the foundation. It's the thing that gets you out of bed every morning, the thing that keeps you pushing even when you don't feel like it. It's essential, don't get me wrong. Without discipline, you're nothing. You're a dreamer with no execution, and nobody gives a damn about your dreams if you don't turn them into reality. But discipline alone, that's just the start. Discipline keeps you moving, but obsession takes over your soul. You don't just want it anymore. You need it. You crave it. It becomes the air you breathe, the food you eat, the blood pumping through your veins. The disciplined man works because he's supposed to. The obsessed man works because he doesn't have a choice. His mind, his body, his entire existence is wrapped around one thing: his goal, his vision. The difference is simple. Discipline is a tool. Obsession is a way of life. Step 2. Embrace the madness. Here's where the weak run. When the grind gets too heavy, when the sacrifice piles up, they start to doubt. Maybe I'm pushing too hard, they'll say. Maybe I need to slow down. But you're different. You understand that to reach true greatness, you have to embrace the madness. The late nights, the isolation, the pain, the exhaustion. It all becomes a blur. You forget what it's like to be normal, and that's the whole point. The world will try to pull you back into their mediocrity. Oh, take a break, get some rest. But you know that rest is for the mediocre. Obsession is a dark place, but it's also where the magic happens. The world will never understand it. They'll never understand why you'd rather work through the night than sleep. Why you'd rather grind alone than waste your time with meaningless distractions. That's because they can't see what you see. They can't feel that burning in your chest, the thing that keeps you going long after discipline has faded. The truth is, obsession is sacrifice. You're trading comfort, relationships, and normal for something far greater. You're chasing something they'll never touch because they don't have the guts to go this deep. Step 3. The cost of greatness. Make no mistake, obsession comes at a price, and it's steep. You'll lose friends. You'll lose sleep. Hell, you might even lose your sanity. But what's the alternative? Living a life of quiet desperation, stuck in the mud with the rest of them? That's not for you. Greatness doesn't come cheap. The world will pull at you, try to distract you with their nonsense, try to convince you that you're missing out. Parties, vacations, mindless fun, they'll tell you it's what life is all about. But while they're out wasting time, you'll be sharpening your edge, preparing to take what's yours. This is the price of obsession. You'll sacrifice your time, your comfort, and maybe even a piece of your soul. But when you rise to the top, when you look down at the world you've conquered, you'll realize it was worth every single drop of blood, every sleepless night, every moment spent in the dark grinding away while the rest of the world slept. Step 4. When discipline isn't enough. Most people think discipline is enough to achieve success, and for the average, that's true. You want to be okay? Sure, stay disciplined. You want to be comfortable? Discipline will get you there. But you want to be great? You want to reach the top 1%? Then you need to become obsessed. Here's the thing. Discipline might get you through a tough day, but obsession will push you through a tough life. When discipline fails, obsession takes over. It consumes you, drives you when everyone else has given up. It's the voice in your head telling you to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep moving forward no matter what. And let me tell you this, discipline can be broken. You can slip, miss a day, get knocked off course. But when you're obsessed, there's no slipping. You'll work through the pain, through the setbacks, through the failures. You'll push through when your body is screaming for you to stop, when everyone around you tells you to quit. Because obsession doesn't quit. It doesn't take a day off. It's the fire that never goes out. Step 5. The world belongs to the obsessed. Look around. Who rules the world? The average, the disciplined? Number the ones who rise to the top, the ones who build empires, the ones whose names are remembered. They're the ones who were obsessed. They lived and breathed their goals. They sacrificed everything to become the best, to dominate in their field, to carve their names into history. It wasn't discipline that got them there. It was obsession. The kind of obsession that people fear because it's so all-consuming, so relentless, so powerful that nothing else matters. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. What do they have in common? They weren't just disciplined, they were obsessed. They sacrificed everything to achieve greatness, and they didn't care who or what stood in their way. They knew that to become kings, they had to go beyond discipline. They had to live and die for their goals. So now you have a choice. You can stay disciplined, live a good life, and maybe even be successful by the world's standards. Or you can embrace the dark side of discipline, step into obsession, and take what's yours. Don't let the world convince you that you need balance. Don't let them fool you into thinking that playing it safe is the way to go. Obsession is the key to greatness, and those who fear it, they'll never rise to the top. If you want to lead, to dominate, to conquer, you need to become obsessed with your goal. Live it, breathe it, let it consume you. Because in the end, it's not discipline that creates kings, it's obsession. Subscribe to the Midnight Alpha, where we don't just settle for success, we demand greatness. It's time to rise above, embrace the obsession, and claim your throne.